Hoda, Hisense fridge na F4, papa, and chipawa, and one on the low. Hisense spec and amount 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. So Hisense fridge papa, never pro Niama. Kai say, if it's 18th May, I got him 8th June. A Hisense fridge promo. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Welcome back to Newsnight. Let's bring you more stories. And there's a looming flood disaster at Klagon in the Greater Accra region. Residents there are calling on government to immediately intervene to resolve the situation. There's more in this report.
According to the residents here in Klagon, anytime it rains, their homes get flooded. But this time, portions of the Ramsey site, which serves as a buffer and watercourse, is being blocked by a company they suspect is reclaiming the land for an estate project. Metro News has gathered that some chiefs and opinion leaders in the community who are not happy with the development have petitioned the Municipal Assembly to intervene. However, they have remained tight-lipped from speaking to the media as they fear being victimized by the said company, which they know as one of the biggest estate companies in the country. This young man, however, couldn't hide his fear of the looming disaster and thus had this to say.
Yeah, it's very difficult when it rains, especially June, July. When everybody knows in Ghana, when it is June, July, it's raining very heavily. So when the rain starts June, July, it's not easy here. You can see the water is not moving. It's just one way. It's not moving. So you can see it's very dangerous. And then it's going to affect many areas. 25, Committee 18, Committee 19, Lashibi, Ashaman, many areas. So I don't know if they can do something about it. But blocking here it's not good. It's not good. It's going to affect many places.
When contacted, the Municipal Chief Executive of Tema West, Adjoa Muako, would not speak on camera except to say that the Assembly is aware of the ongoing reclamation of the portions of the Ramsey site and work is ongoing. She will not say what kind of work is being done to stop the reclamation of the waterway. The angry residents fear until the authorities concerned intervene, the ongoing reclamation of the watercourse will still remain a threat on their dear lives.
Let's bring you a story from the closure of the Aflao border, increasing the use of unapproved routes and costing the country revenue.
The closure of the borders forms part of measures aimed at curtailing the spread of the coronavirus. However, most traders who often ply their trade at either side of the Ghana-Togo border are unable to comply strictly to this directive. Many have found dubious ways to cross the border even though they remain closed. The Ghana Immigration Service unit at the border says they have identified some 290 routes these people use. The commissioner in charge of the Aflao border, Superintendent Fee Dauda, however, says this has doubled their work at the border.
The challenges like you are asking is not something new to us. But what I can see is the pressure of people who are trying to use the unapproved routes to enter Ghana. Those who want to exist, as for that, they are not many, but the majority are those who want to enter the country through the unapproved routes.
The youth in the area, who until border closures used to run errands for some of the traders who crossed the border with their goods, also had this to say.
We have been affected greatly by this closure of the border. You know, what saddened our hearts is that, you know, the airport has been opened and just as the border is closed, we don't know, if it is COVID-19. The same measures that are, given to people at the airport should be given to people at the border. So we go through the same protocols and, life goes on.
The president of the Aflao Traditional Council, Togbe Amenya Fiti V, on the closure of the border, expressed worry about the situation.
My people are traders. They do daily activities crossing the main border to do daily trading and crossing to get their daily bread. And the border is underlocked. When the border is underlocked, the restriction of movement of people is also underlocked. So when you go to the main station, the buses are not moving. Those who do petty trading, selling of ice water, bread and other commodities at the main station is also underlocked. Everything is dead. The criminal activity is now rising to its highest peak.
Metro News will keep viewers updated.
We'll go for a quick break on that note. When we come back, we'll bring you more stories.
In Ghana and in Africa, there is only one place to look to get that luxurious design and decor for your offices and homes. Visit Jamila Home. We give you the climax of luxury wherever you find yourself. Presidential and executive office furniture, living room sets, dining set, stunning mirrors, adorable wallpapers, lovely king and queen size beds, valuable antiques and antique goods, beautiful chandeliers and more. Into the bargain, we provide caring customer service, prompt delivery service, skilled and artistic full house design and decor services, and free decor ideas for your space. Our products and service is unparalleled, boasting of top-tier clients all over the globe. Jamila Home, home of first-class quality furniture, beautiful chandeliers, and antiques.
Welcome back to the Bulletin. It's now time for Business. Winston Taki is standing by to bring us the very latest in business news. Good to see you, Winston. What's coming up?
Many stories developing from the world of business here on Newsnight. Indeed, we're going to bring you stories, updates from all around Ghana when it has to do with business. Let's go for the news bulletins. All right, in the first story, West African Head of Growth and Partners at BBC Banking Technologies, Emmanuel Obine, is calling on banks not to be threatened by the offering of fintech businesses, but rather collaborate to demand for customers in this industry. What is more crucial in the scheme of things, he says, is the seamless customer experience in an era where COVID-19 calls for innovation and financial security in transactions.
With the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, the importance of fintechs have become more pronounced. But West Africa Head of Growth and Partnerships at BPC Banking Technologies and fintech analyst Emmanuel Obinne says banks must collaborate with fintech businesses to deliver seamless services to customers.
Fintechs do not have they haven't built credibility or forged relationships over long periods. Seeing the structures that are in place within an incumbent, the corporate governance, and the proper ways of doing business, merging that with the ability of fintechs to take risks, the ability of fintechs to uncover and discover new business models, that collaboration would make for it will be better for the ecosystem. So I don't think it's how do I pay. So as we begin to evolve into that next phase of evolution where our lives have been digitized, payments will become an invisible part of our daily life.
Emmanuel Obinne believes that government's effort to promote a digital economy will spur more innovations in the financial space.
Meanwhile, Emmanuel Obinne is calling on African countries to come together to ensure the successful implementation of a pan-African payment and settlement systems to facilitate the exchange of currencies under the African Continental Free Trade Area. The system, when rolled out, will make it possible.
Settlement systems are available out there, of which BPC also does implement such. There can be bilateral trade agreements amongst countries. There can be settlement agreements across all countries, or standards can be defined for all the countries that are part of the ACFTA regarding how they settle and clear transactions amongst themselves. There could be there are visions like the SADC region, the ECOWAS region, trying to come up with a single currency to facilitate trade. These also could play a key role. But from a technology standpoint, the systems that can be put in place to ensure that there is seamless settlement and exchange of value, taking into cognizance whatever exchange rates that there may be, they are available and they can work. I think the issue is more of the willingness of all countries to come together to make it happen. If they are willing to, then the technology can be customized to suit whatever business process is required and whatever local regulations are to be met, and also to cater to the nuances of business, of doing business in each of these African countries.
Okay, in some other news, the Italian government is set to set up an office in Ghana for its Italian Development Cooperation Agency. This is to help promote projects and initiatives that will be mutually beneficial to both countries.
This was made known by the Italian ambassador to Ghana, Daniela Diolandi, who paid a courtesy call on the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, on Friday, May 22, 2021. She also stressed on the need for government to take advantage of the opportunities presented by its entry into the African Free Trade Agreement. According to the ambassador, Italy is prepared to provide expertise to support the country's development of industries and create value in a sustainable way.
That'll be it for business tonight here on Newsnight. Back to you, CROSBY.
Thank you so much, Winston, for bringing us business news. We'll go for a quick break. Sports news returns after that.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
Need a little help? Nobody does it better. At UC's facility manager. Welcome back to Newsnight. Let's bring you more stories. Before we take sports, and the Roads and Highways Minister Kwesi Amoakwata has assured of an unprecedented road infrastructure across the country by the end of President Akufo-Addo's tenure in 2024. He says 6,000 kilometers of roads out of 11,120 bridges out of 200 bridges and 20 interchanges out of 25 will be completed.
And let me remind you that between 2017 and 2020, we had done and completed 4,000 kilometers of road. If you come to bridges, we have programmed 200 bridges across the nation, and we have the statistics for each one of them. We have their age portfolios, we have their lengths, their width, and we know what is supposed to be done in each of these 200 bridges. We have tasked ourselves to complete at least minimum 120 out of these 200 by 2024. At least 120 together with the 50 that had been completed during the first term. Between 2017 and 2020, the ministry and the government completed 50 projects, some of them major, around the length and breadth of our country. It would have been brought to a total full completion. And this is a project that's got started from the scratch, from the very scratch, by President Akufo-Addo's government. And this is an interchange which is the first of its kind. So 9 interchanges during President Akufo-Addo's first term are running concurrently, and none of them are stored and will not stop until it's completed. By the end of his second term, 20 interchanges in our country would have been built. We have estimated 25, but we are convinced and we are sure and we know what we are about because we have programmed whatever we are doing. 20 interchanges. The members of the
that are unable to go beyond the liability defect period of 5 years will be dealt with. According to him, government spends thousands of cedis annually to correct road defects. He was speaking at a press briefing at the Ministry of Information.
The contractor also continues to bear the defect liability effect, and we also have the defect notification opportunity should anything go wrong on the road. Once we take it over, and it used to be 12 months defect liability period. Thereafter, government bears total liability for maintenance. Since last year, instruction and directive had been given that all contractors will bear 5-year defect liability period. And I've given that specific instruction on behalf of President Akufo-Addo and on behalf of government, because that is to the standard of the World Bank. So that if you are a contractor, and I've said it elsewhere and I'm repeating it, so if you are a contractor and you don't construct the road by specification, and you do shoddy work, and I can tell you we have a number of excellent contractors in our country, comparable to any contractors anywhere in the world. But at the same time, I can't stand here as the sector minister, that all contractors are good. I can't say so. So now we are moving it to 5 years, deferred liability period. Because the 12-month deferred liability, as it had existed all this while, gave a lot of people to slip through. Because road, however poorly constructed, is likely to withstand whatever shock within 12 months. Then, thereafter, government will be saddled with maintenance till their kingdom comes. We are changing it. That trend is changed. You construct road as a contractor, you keep it for 5 years. So if you do poor work, it will be on your head for 5 years.
Away from that story, food vending app Uyeni has supported mothers whose children are on admission at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital Child Health Department. The group supplied breakfast packs to mothers to assist in meeting the dietary needs of their children to improve their health. There's more in this report.
The donation exercise, which forms part of the company's corporate social responsibility, aims to ensure that ailing children have nutritious meals to keep them healthy and also for mothers to meet their own nutritional needs after a long day caring for the patient. Hannah Kwansa is the head of sales and marketing at Uyeni.
So bringing convenience to the general public, the corporate people to be precise, is who we are. And in terms of why we are gathered, we all own Ghana. We can only do as much as we can to help people. So we came here today to show some form of love to the mothers of the patients, which are children living with cancer. You and I will attest that to the fact that if your ward or somebody is admitted and you have the sole responsibility of caring for the person, it is quite traumatizing. So we came here to start them off the day rightly with good food. So they have breakfast and at least they are energized for the day.
Eugenia Boafidonko, a senior health nurse at the Child Health Department of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, receiving the items on behalf of the hospital, expressed her heartfelt gratitude to Uyeni Food for the gesture.
So we are very happy to receive this kind of gesture from Uyeni, and we are hoping that they come back and give us more. When this is done for the mothers, it puts smiles on their face. They know that at least someone is really thinking about them.
People have done very well. We really appreciate it as an oncology department of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. We've thought of it that if people have been able to think about the little ones here that are suffering from this kind of disease, and then you want them to be happy, feel happy.
Uyeni app forms part of a major initiative to make systems smarter, using the best emerging technologies to solve localized and continental problems.
Man against 11 Wonders. Well, yesterday at the Langley Sports Stadium, Kotoko only managed to draw with the Sogakopi boys drawing 1 by 1. Well, let's hear the lives of Dr. Ogum and Mariano Barreto.
I would believe that they are close to getting into the title challenge.
Here we go, Matthew Enim Kujo with the first kick of the afternoon. Matthew Enim Kujo, oh lovely play from Enim Kujo. End product looking for Jonah Atukwe. He goes past the goalkeeper, sets him in the opener. Oh, Jonah Atukwe has put Lagos Cities ahead.
Enim Kujo, we spoke about the spaces where he can affect the game. It's in those pockets of spaces. They're lovely ball control to begin with. Play Jonah Atukwe through. He's got the pace to beat his man.
Good play from Ampedu. Now here is Enim Kujo. Jonah Atukwe sets up Richmond entry against the side post. Unlucky Richmond entry. Sets it up for Brefo. Straight. Sylvester Saki. Nearly. Richmond entry. Can he get a second entry? Jonah Tukwe! The woodwork saves Adriano from the second goal. That's some good reading. It's a penalty.
Look at the left, the right elbow there.
AJ steps forward and he makes it 2 for Legon City. Expertly converted.
Right there, that little bit of stretch of leg.
They lost points against Watford the last weekend. They returned to Accra.
That was how Legon Cities managed to beat the Adriana Stars at the Accra Sports Stadium with 26 of the Ghana Premier League. Earlier on, I was talking about Kotoko that play against Wafa, ended 1-1 at the Lenkle Sports Stadium. Let's hear Mariano Barreto, the coach of Wafa. But Kim Pfizer managed to grab that all-important point against them. We'll go to the other side of the league. There you have Legon City. They seem to find their rhythm. They beat the Adriana Stars by 2-0, like I told you. Quite interesting for them. Dreams FC, they were at the theater of the Dreams, not the one in the United Kingdom. This is the one in the Eastern region. They beat Bechem by 2-1. And Ashanti go travel all the way to the mining town, and they met in Mediama. They were beaten by 1-0. Chelsea, not the one in England, this is the one in Brecum. They managed to beat Karela. They didn't beat Karela. I think it ended 1-1. You're seeing on your screen. There you have it. Then, in the central region, the Abuanto boys, Cape Coast boys, they managed to beat Liberty by 2-1. We'll see the league table pretty soon on our screen. There you have it. The Phobians, for the very first time in over 1,000 days, are on top of the Ghana Premier League. Just a goal difference between them and Kotoko, 46-46. The Dade boys are third, 43. Mediama also have 43. They are fourth, and Karela are fifth. Let's not talk about the R section. That's the relegation zone, because 11 Wonders, Liberty Professionals, and Inter Allies, who will push into Division 1, are over there. There you have it. Let's go to the EPL now. And the gentleman in the studio certainly needed to sit on turns, cross his fingers for close to 90 minutes, because Chelsea went to Villa Park trying to qualify for top 4 in Europe. Well, they were beaten, but they managed to qualify, certainly because Tottenham Hotspur managed to pick up all victory at the King Power Stadium against Leicester City. Liverpool needed goals from the Senegalese international Sadio Mane to qualify. That was how Chelsea had their brief. I will see the results of the final there on the EPL right now on your screen to tell you who was qualified to top 4. There you have it on your screens. Arsenal, merciful Arsenal, they managed to beat Brighton by 2-0. Chelsea went to Villa Park. They managed not to pick a point, but they went home qualified. Creighton Cottage, they are playing in the championship. They beat Newcastle. Newcastle beat them, by the way, by 2-0. I'm sure Steve Bruce will be very happy. Leeds United, Marcelo Bielsa, that's his name. He was at home and beat West Ham, saying bye-bye to all their coaches over there. Leicester City, I don't want to talk about it, you know already. 4-2, they lost. Liverpool managed to win by 2-0. I'm sure they said a goodbye to Roy Austin, who used to be their manager over there. Manchester City, they were giving the trophy again. They spanked another Liverpool team. This time is Everton. They beat them by 5-0. Sergio Aguero said bye-bye to him. I saw the coach crying. I said, hey, don't do that. Sheffield United, they've gone to the championship, but they managed to beat Burnley by 2-0. Is it well? A goal to nil, by the way. Sean Dyke say sorry to the team over there. Then West Ham, David Moyes have done a tremendous job. They beat a gentleman from St. Mary's, the one in England, not the one at Collegono. That is Southampton. Then Wolves, Espirito Santos had a bad day, being the last day of coaching Wolves when he was beaten by Manchester United. The gentleman in the studio, fresh over here, is making noise about it. There you have it. First 4 going to the top 4. They will be in the Champions League. It's Manchester City, United, Liverpool, and Chelsea. I'm sure the gentleman is happy over there. Leicester and West Ham will go to Europa. Then there's team Tottenham. They're in London. They'll play a conference in Europe. We'll find out what it is. Then there are column over here. Like I said the other day, it's not Riches, it's not Richmond. They are relegated. Let's not talk about them. Let's go to the other side of Europe. We'll find out. I think let's go to Spain. There you have Levante Cardiff drew on Friday. Celta Vigo were home. They were beaten by Real Betis. Barcelona, they beat a bye. It was not necessary because failed Johnny Quarty. Showbiz will come next, but first to Crosby.
Thank you, Phil, for the updates and sport. Entertainment News is next with Desmond.
All right, it's time for entertainment news right here on Newsnight. And this evening, Lakon is in the news talking about his music and also his time in the Big Brother Niger house. And also, actor Billy Porter says he's been living with HIV for the past 14 years. We get the details real soon. My name is Desmond Okrekudan. So now let's get into it. Winner of Big Brother Niger Season 5, Lakon has disclosed that the reason for joining the show was to promote his music. The Nigerian rapper, who is in Ghana to promote his new album, Shall We Begin, disclosed he saw the opportunity to promote himself and his music, therefore joining the BB Niger platform, adding that he thought that he would be evicted in the second week. But of course, he went on to win that particular show there. That was the lockdown edition. Now let's move to the USA, where actor Billy Porter has revealed that he's been living with HIV for the past 14 years. The US star was diagnosed in 2007, but said he had since lived with that shame in silence. And speaking to the Hollywood Reporter, he said, "There's no more stigma. Let's be done with that. It's time." And making it public, that is for the very first time, he says that he is no more feeling ashamed with living with HIV/AIDS. The award-winning actor announced he has been living with HIV for 14 years, adding that he is no more ashamed of telling the world. Billy played the role of Pray Tell, an HIV character in the TV series Pose, and added that no one knew he had been in same struggles. Activists say celebrity disclosures can help tackle the stigma of HIV, with a growing number of well-known figures going public about their status. Billy disclosed that it was difficult for him to tell his mother, but after mastering the courage to do so, he overcame the... And that was the actor Billy Porter there. And that's it for entertainment on Newsnight. Over to you, Crosby.
Thank you so much, Desmond, for bringing us entertainment news. Coming up next is International. On the foreign front, dozens of Jewish settlers flanked by heavily armed Israeli special forces entered the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound in occupied East Jerusalem in the early morning, further raising tensions hours after Palestinian worshippers were beaten and assaulted by Israeli police, according to the Islamic Authority.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Ghana is a beautiful country. There is so much of it you probably haven't seen, haven't experienced, haven't touched, haven't felt, haven't eaten. When this is all over, let's discover our land again with new eyes. Let's feel each other again. We are one people, brought together by destiny. Let's make that count. Let's show love for each other and our environment. Let's tell our stories, and let's watch and listen to our stories. There will be so much to tell. Ghana is a truly beautiful country. Be Ghana, stay in Ghana, Experience Ghana, make Ghana great. And we will invite the world to come and experience Ghana too. But for now, stay home. Brought to you by the National Film Authority. Support the Stay Home and Discover Ghana Later campaign. This channel supports the campaign.
God bless our homeland, Ghana.
You're in our brave new world now. It's about owning your story, who you truly are. You don't have to change who you are. There's always a way to get what you want.
Look at a guy. Finding me, I'll find you. I met a woman. I want to be with her for the rest of my life.
I can explain.
That you're out with your father.
Young lady, this is completely inappropriate.
We hope you'll treat our house as your home.
Cinema Time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. only on Metro TV.
News reporting does not end because the day is over. Anytime the news breaks, it is our duty as journalists to report it in a timely and accurate manner. It is also our responsibility to seek answers to the lingering questions on the minds of the audience to hopefully bring closure to an unfolding story.
Address me on the parameters of this invitation.
Mr. Speaker, you owe me. I don't want to ever disrespect you. But if you invite me, I will.
Let's interrogate the facts behind the issue, speak to the newsmakers, present the relevant facts in a way that tells the full story. Newsline, an in-depth probe into the news headlines. The news never sleeps. My name is Moro Awudu. Join me from Monday to Friday at 10:30 p.m. on Metro TV for Newsline.
Mama, I'm singing a man attack Chicago ball. What can you see? Don't scare my mother.
Action!
What is that? I can't think for only money that gives me orgasm.
Deceit.
Immediately she started to turn off. Hello. I don't want to do. Hey! Pioneer Ringa!
Comedy.
For the house. How much you do need?
Drama.
Attention in our language.
How can she collapse? If she had collapsed yesterday, I would have had money. Your mother now collapsed today without asking questions.
Catch these and more on our African Movie Belt.
The multi-billionaire.
African Movie, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 8 p.m. only on Metro TV.
Nipa pi for how yaw ani amane mu nanso wan ne kamafo se nipa nya obi obehye wo nkrane obema woni daso na wopepa woni so nanso oboafo enna abraboni nipa bi adiasi ache obi afamo na atom obi akoda fiase wabra onifo yare enti obi abusua podo se nipa beyempa oyemfiefie mu ene asori mu amamanka maseme ya enti hwe Papa Richie, the voice of the voiceless
on Metro TV. Mondays 10 a.m. kosi 10:30 a.m. Repeat Thursdays 10 a.m. kosi 10:30 a.m.
Wo pesa wo bo adwumadie yi ana wo ne enche wasem a for 0242 509753. The Graf Johnson Show, sharing hope.
The world has seen a lot of evolution in recent times. Global network facilitated by trade continues to grow stronger and forge nations closer together.
On International Trade Focus, we'll share with you the current industry, tech, and commercial avenues turning the world's trade wheel. This is your gateway to international business connections and trading events. Get the inside views, vital information, trends and analysis on emerging trade giants in Ghana and beyond. International Trade Focus, the global television trade showcase, transcending barriers in creativity and innovation. Join me, Anna Spiel, as I give you a whole menu of international trade activities. International Trade Focus, your timely business hub. International Trade Focus is brought to you by GOL, ADB, Pediatric Valley Resort, and Public Elegance.
Trick or treat!